Tony. Who the hell? My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, Tony, are you asleep? Oh, hello. My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief. Olia? I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olia frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. Shoo her away, Tony, please. I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olia down. So you guys are playing Rick, Paper, Scissors in the comments? In the chat? Rick. It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one's gonna harm you. Olia sobbed. Oh, go scare the owl away, Tony. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure myself? I have an idea. Let's go to your room and watch the video Sleeping Beauty, for example. You like that cartoon, don't you? Why does Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary word? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The question took me by surprise. All right, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? Dude, I don't know. The darkness was clinging to the windows, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hair. Tony, you coming? Yeah. Why is this kid's favorite phrase, yes, yes, just a moment? Oh, go away, hello. Huh. Did I just die? Okay, no. I was like, did I seriously lose this game already? Nope, I'm fine. Everything, what? Oh, this was a flashback. Oh, right. Okay. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olia and her owl in the morning. My diagnosis is schizophrenia. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. But they are a persistent doorbell ringer. I felt extremely unsettled just from the silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear the voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. I mean, this place is like creepy as hell. I wouldn't want to live here. In the closet, under the table, behind the curtains where Olia always hides. Tony, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet. What's a kettlebell? But still dragged them towards the hallway. Hello, soldiers? Oh no, they're cops. A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. Is that a scent? The new perfume line, Frost and Worry. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. This seems like Russia, so maybe you're right. Because from what I know, Russia's a dark and scary place. At the moment, though, she looked somewhat confused. Hello? The senior officer, who wore a grim expression, nodded. A boy has gone missing yesterday. His name's Vova? Vova? Look at this, please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Oh, hi. He's got a kitty. I want the cat. If I find him, can I have his cat? Can that be my reward, please? There's a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet. Wallpaper, you mean? Or is it? Swear to God, if you people are putting carpet on your walls as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile. No, I haven't. Are you sure? Look closely. Looking any closer at him is not going to make me have seen him. Where would I see him? I don't know anyone around here. I barely leave the house. Well, maybe you've seen him from the window? Doing what? That's right, your window looks straight at the forest, don't they? Well, Yes. People put carpet on their walls? What? Ew, that's disgusting. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend I never knew that. Yeah, but like, why is he in the forest? The window. Oh. No, I haven't seen anything. Well, that's a lie. I see. He sounded tired, but his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt which his giant shadows cast over me. Giant shadow. Just one shadow. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallway, the stairway, and the cracks in the ceiling. There are cracks in the ceiling? That's not good. Which I haven't noticed before for some reason. How do you like your new place, by the way? Getting used to it? Yeah, cool. Bit by bit. It's just our little daughter misses the city a lot. Misses the city, huh? Have the locals been treating you well? We're in the middle of nowhere. What locals? There's nobody here. Yes, everything is alright, thank you. The policeman pierced through me one more time with his gray eyes. My head started spinning. Can I help you somehow? I asked in that shaky voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner. Now that I think about it, you look just like one of my nephews, little fella. Maybe I am one of your nephews. He's a witty boy around your age, wears the same type of goggles. These aren't goggles, they're glasses, you dumb. Always engrossed in reading those mystery novels. Told me he wants to enroll in police school when his family visited this summer. Wanted to help other people, just like me, see? Well, I mean, I don't know if cops so much as help people as they do kind of, at least these cops, they're kind of government people that are... Russia's a complicated place, and I'm pretty sure this is Russia. But I don't know for sure. Does anybody know if this is Russia? I felt uncomfortable, as if a distant relative and not a police officer stood before me. You know what? Little boys like you should stay at home, steer away from trouble. The times have changed so much. Mom interjected in a cold voice. You don't say. Yeah. No duh, man. Oh, well then. What grade are you in, Tony boy? 6th. You're a 12-year-old in 6th grade. Really? Huh. Have you made any friends here so far? Not yet. I'll be going to school for the first time after the break. Then I'll leave you my number just in case. Call me if you have any new info. These police seem extremely set on the fact that I will find the kid. Like, are they this pushy with everyone? The policemen were gone along with their shadows, the smell of cheap cologne and the photo of a smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him being all alone. There. Where is there? For some reason I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. What did his poor parents feel? And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Yes, it's in Russia? Okay, yeah. Yeah, my mom works with someone from Russia, and like, the things she says, that's like, Russia's a big yikes. Or would they access each other? Or accuse each other, like they always do, and forget about me eventually? That'd be interesting. Mom, this is Bova. Did he go missing in our forest? Do we own the forest? What? How does Okay, wait, how does... Why are they assuming he went missing in the forest? Is that the last place he was seen? Maybe? Seems like it. Poor child. Let's go hunt the forest down. Yikesy, wikesy. Oh my god. I looked out the window at the road. The police UAZ drove off towards the village. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting off old paint from the windowsill. I remembered all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I've read this summer. Your average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spied on suspicious people, ah yes. And after a set of amazing adventures, bam, solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led to the forest, and then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? Oh, I don't know, maybe because the forest is high-key haunted. It seems very, very haunted. Maybe I'll find that lost boy, and I'll get a reward. Olya will be so happy. And not only Olya, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. I fantasized about buying Olya a Tamagotchi, and getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. And a whole box of Kinder Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? Last autumn, I think. My dad had lost his job at the time. There's that annoying song about it. I had little to no idea what was the accountant's job like. They count money, I think. Neighbors used to envy us. But nowadays, Mom and Dad barely had enough money to afford sweets, and Dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Olya. Sometimes I gave her my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she was still just a pipsqueak. I couldn't wait to go out looking for clues. I'm going outside. Yeah, right. You want the police to go around with your photograph next? The forest is so thick. What if the boy got snatched up by wild animals? Or something even worse? Even worse, echoed through the hallway. I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest. Did you hear what I said? Or should I repeat myself? Better go pack your school bag or play with Olya. The sound of splashing water came from the kitchen. It meant that the argument was over and Mom had the last word. Oh, I can actually pick things now. What is in here? The dark stuffy closet. There's an axe. No, that's a hatchet, but there's a sharp object. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'll cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. That's a hatchet, that's not an axe. And Olya can't even be lured in the closet. She thinks Baba is living in there. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned out a dim lamp so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, Dad's tools, and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Olya count outside. 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaky floorboards, hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Steal the axe. Steal the hatchet. Okay. Sure. Why is there a cross? What if we just take the cross and, like, put it down here? Oh, I've been caught. I'll whip you if you make a single step outside the door. Jesus, woman. Calm the hell down. You're crazy. Oh, whoops. Can I do that? No? What? Hello? Hi? Oh, cool. Okay, what did she say? It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home. Okay. Mom, something's wrong with the TV. The picture is dim and there are stripes all over the screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted. Did it? If you say so. Ah, you're killing me here. So, have you had enough of shooting those stupid ducks now? What? Told you the kinescope will go dim because of your console. Oh, okay, games. Where will we find a TV technician in this hole, huh? Maybe it's just the settings? Please, go see for yourself. Strange, it worked fine in the morning. Maybe the snowfall caused it? Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olya's room. Can I open this fridge real quick? Drugs. Can I, like, click on anything except for this? Or, oh, what is that? Well, yeah, but what is this? Grandma kept ice cream for me and Olya in there, but now I could only see meat bits for soup and clumped together pelmeni. I grew to hate them already. That looks disgusting. Okay, well, I'm out. Turn back. What is this? Hello? Oh my god, I can click. Oh, okay. Cool. My parents prohibited me from making long-distance calls, but from time to time I really want to hear my old friends. Sometimes I would just pick up the phone, listen to the low hum of the zoomer and the distant crackling, imagining the wind howling in the ice-laden cords. Okay, so that just tells me what I can click on. That's cool. This cross had seen so many people come and go in this house. It was as black as if it absorbed all human sin from the long years that it was hanging under the ceiling. After Grandma died, Mom was going to take it off and hang a horseshoe in its place as a lucky charm, but she cut herself with the cross's sharp corner and almost fell from the stepladder. Dad called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. That's kind of funny. Click on this. Mom's peg top, a family relic. Mom played with it when she was little, then she gifted it to me. Olia was next in the succession line. The toy belonged to her now. She stared at the dancing spindle as if it could show her something, a fairy tale or maybe even our future. Now even my little sister was a bit too old for the squeaky peg top. Okay. What can I look at in here? Can I look at the radio? Can I look at this? I took a peek at Mom's crossword. She would get very angry when someone gave her advice, so me and Dad faked knowing the answer and being about to reveal it all the time. I smiled at that fleeting thought. Vertical, 9 letters, the name of the Philistine deity that protected them from viper bites and had a nickname, the Lord of Flies. Second letter is E. Yeah, I know. Hello? Senior Lieutenant. Oh, that's a very short telephone number. Okay, so this is Tikhonov, Konstantin Vladimirovich. Okay. Emirkhan of Russia. Yeah, this is Russia. Has declared the state of emergency due to adverse weather conditions. According to the weather forecast, a cyclone is moving towards the region. Expect heavy snowfall, blizzards, and snowdrifts on the road. Keep your eyes open and take care of yourself. The decrepit and stain-covered calendar was once my favorite form of entertainment in Grandma's house. I remember waking up and running to the kitchen so I could tear off yesterday's leaf first thing in the morning, as if the coming day would get lost in the taiga forest without my help. One day closer to New Year's, one day closer to Grandma's funeral. I haven't touched this calendar for years now. Since the time they started writing dark and spooky death chants that only made me gloomy instead of funny proverbs and superstitions, to be exact. I grabbed a dusty calendar leaf with caution and tore it off effortlessly. Sadly, the spooky descriptions from my childhood were still there. 7 horses carry the log. If 7 can't carry, bring the 8th from the ferry. They will take it away and never come back. This is the fate the log cannot escape. I crumpled up the gray leaf and threw it into the waste bin, hoping to get rid of the anxiousness that washed over me. It was spreading inside me like an ink stain on the blank paper. I won't touch it ever again. Is there anything else I can look at in here? No? Wait, I can still look at these things. Okay, gotcha. Alright, screw you, Mom. Wait, hang on, I want to see if I can touch the axe. Damn it. Get your ass out of the closet immediately. Alright, bye. So she can hear me open the closet door, but you can't hear me open the front door? Wait, why are we literally living in a barn? This is literally a barn. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Also, this is a hazard on so many levels. Carefully, so Mom won't see me from the window. When I crossed half the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remembered my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows, crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Everything was silent. So silent, I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olia. The time reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone listening to them. But then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together, almost like all of it was in a previous life. When they kissed with Olia present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke up, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in our previous home. The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There were only me and the white fields and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needles froze into the ice. Dry, prickly... Oh, hello? Okay. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Okay, I feel like... Obviously something is not quite right here. But I'm not sure if this is gonna be, like, one of those kinds of stories where it's like, oh, it was all your imagination, or if it's actually haunted. Like, I have yet to tell if it's actually supernatural, or if it's just, like, mental, like he actually has schizophrenia or something. Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. Either way, this is so cool. I really like the art style, too. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Should I take it to the police? Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will the smitten help him find the lost boy? I feel a decision coming on. Can I save? I can! Yay! Okay. Yeah, why wouldn't I be able to save? That's stupid. I'm stupid. Alright, cool. Watch, it's not gonna give me a choice and it's just gonna be for nothing. Vova! I heard a distant shout. It looked like it came from the river. Vova! Wait, somebody call. Huh. The trees. Okay, well, I'm not Vova. My name is Anton. But nice to meet you, too. Vova resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees, hiding. Vova. Am I calling, or is somebody else? Oh, someone was looking for the lost boy, but still. Something was unsettling about that figure. Where are they? Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Its blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Oh, hello. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. Debatable! Silence reigned for a painfully long time. This place is creepy as hell. There are footprints. Vova, where are you? My muscles were tightly sprung, my heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. Okay, Okay, yeah, this is a place where I can save. Alright. What should I do? Should I run away or should I take the mitten? I kinda wanna take the mitten. I'm worried about taking the mitten. But at the same time... Yeah, you're right. Yoink! I decided to take a lonely mitten from the branch. Oh, Hello, go away. Vova. How about... Oh, I don't like you. It's my mitten now. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. Okay, grab the mitten and now run. Please go away. Who is here? Take the mitten and go. I stepped towards the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch cracked off and the cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. All too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. Do we have soup in here? Oh, no, that looks like blood. He had blood in here. It's not soup. Run. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. Or maybe it's beet soup. You don't know. The sound of crackling branches invaded the silence. Okay, run. I didn't have to think twice before running away. Yeah, I would run. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down. Crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. There is an evil owl. Or maybe it's not evil, maybe it's just an owl. And it's a coincidence. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from the twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became viscous like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my legs from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole, and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump, and from there ran to my house. Its gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were heading into the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. There is birds. There is many birds. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave way. Haha! Screw you, outdoor demons. I made it. And I have the mitten full of soup. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. That's probably not true. A door is going to help you way more than a blanket. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always uses when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, a mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with the last bit of strength I had left in my body, too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mass of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you? Oh, how dare you listen to me? I guess you don't care about me at all. I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Oh no, what a tragedy. Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? Ma'am, I have to tell you, I'm a cigarette thief. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't take them. There was someone chasing me. I thought... I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed at my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. Tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her expression changed in an instant, and she covered her mouth with her hand. Oh, shoot. Is there actually someone out there? Look over there, at the fence. Oh, God. What happened? My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me into the field. I could swear that I heard something scratch at the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger, and I gathered on my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window facing my fear. Whether it was due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corner bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor, just like a savant of sorts. Olia? Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried lips. Yeah, Olia, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness and not a human being.